Yeah, it means a lot to me. I think this one is super special because of how close Kins and I are. From his rookie year through now being one of my really best friends. We play golf together. Our families are super close, and all the while we have our baseball memories that we share. So this one means a lot to me personally, just because of who it's honoring. Of course, John Blake is one of my favorite people in the world too, so it's extra special. But to be here for Kansas and knowing full well how much this means to him, I think they kind of alluded to it during his interview out there. Like, I know this means a ton to him. He played for other teams, but I know this is the place that he's always kind of considered to be his sports home, I guess you can say.
You're inducting him tomorrow. Is it going to be a repeat? You got some fresh material for tomorrow?
Again, most of my material for Kins is I just can't spill it. But I'll do my best, I guess. Again, he's a bad revenge guy. I can't take it too far, man, or else it'll be bad news for me.
How competitive is he on the golf course?
He's good. He's really good. He's a good player, first of all. But I think one thing I like Kins is like he's one of those guys that like we're wired the same in a lot of different ways. But like I hate playing golf against him as much as I love it because I'm hanging out with him. It's almost like if he misses a fairway, I'm in trouble. Like he can't wait to find out how bad a spot he's in because he knows a miracle shot's like on the way. Like fully believes he's going to bail himself out and make a great shot in second and be staring at birdie. Does it all the time. So I'm almost like, just please smoke fairways and I'll have my chance to take you down. But if he misses a fairway, like that's when he kind of like his competitive nature kind of kicks up a notch. So that just kind of talks about who he is from a competitive standpoint.
David referenced the steal against Molina.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that?
I remember a ton. I mean, that was a huge game for us. That's when after that game, I felt like this is our series to win because we kind of got steamrolled a bit in 2010. It was almost like we got there and kind of blinked and we were in a tough spot. Whereas that one, we lost game one and we're like, all right, we have to figure out a way to pull this out. So Kins kind of gets on base to start it out. And again, like Murph said, you got the best catch and throw guy in the league back there. Well, Kins is a great base runner with a high baseball IQ. He knew full well what the time for the pitcher to the catcher was. He knew pop times all around. He knew if he got a certain lead, even though it might be bang bang, he knew he'd make it. And to be able to kind of pull that off really set the tone for the rest of the inning. Because for the guys like who were coming up, like Josh and me and Adrian after that, now you're out of double play situations and you can really just kind of swing freely at that point and see if we can push runs across. And again, in so many ways, Kins was our catalyst, and he was in that game.
When you guys get together like this, do you guys ever sit around and think about what happened, and if you do, what do you talk about? What goes through your mind about how close you were, how good you were, and how close you were?
Yeah, I think we don't really talk about 2011 much. I mean, I'm going to go on a limb and say we think about it less than we did, say, first couple of years after it happened. I think at this point, like everyone talks about when you're retired, you have a tendency to look back at the moments that kind of, the positive memories you can reflect on and the things that were really instrumental in terms of forming how you become in your post-playing career. I think that's the case with us. So, but Kins and I are like, we've both grown up a lot. We're I think a little different than we were when we played. So we have no trouble like talking freely about the things that we're really feeling as people and things that we love about our lives and things that we want to kind of get a little better. So, yeah, again, we talk super, super freely with each other.
Is there any pain when you think about it, about how close you were and how good that ball club was?
Keep going, TR. I mean, you want to talk about pain? Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I think there's always going to be a level of sports pain. Yeah, for sure.
It's a great team. That's the best rotation you guys ever had. The lineup was awesome. I mean,
yeah, there's going to be a level of sports pain. I think that's different than real pain. But there is a level of it that will never go away. Sure. Just like I think when you're a professional athlete, the highest of the highs will never go away, and the tough moments won't go away either. And I think that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the risk that you take in playing sports at this level.
But on the other hand, it's the best era in the history of the Texas Rangers. I mean, there's got to be a lot of pride in that as well, is there not?
Yeah, I think that's also like it's also the sport that we chose to play, right? You take a Game 6 game that we obviously don't want to go to a Game 7 on the road. You take a Game 6 game where you take a lead into the late innings, and we don't really do anything wrong. They just execute. There's no shot clock. If there's a shot clock, we'd all have rings right now. You have to get every last out. And we're in a home ball, we're on the road. and it's tough. And rather than sit there and say, what we all could have done differently, because we've all done that. We've all kind of played that game in our heads. I think at some point you kind of just start to think about the Cardinals just did enough to execute. They executed in their home ballpark, and that was that.
Yeah, but knowing Keith as well as you do, how do you think he'll be as manager of the World Baseball?
Oh, I think it'll be great. Yeah, I'm happy for him. I think it'll be great. If I was a player and I was confident that I wouldn't pull every single muscle in my body and go out and play for him right now, he'd be the kind of guy I'd want to play for. Again, it's like high-level baseball IQ with a real, genuine love for baseball and a respect for the players that play it. So I think he'll do really well.
Did he choose you to induct him, or was it something like, hey, you're inducting kids?
I think he asked me. Yeah. So yeah, an incredible honor for me to be able to do it. Again, this one means a lot to me because of my relationship with Kins and how much I love him. Like you said, he's like a brother to me. So this one does mean a lot to me.
How do you ask him?
We had a conversation. Well, we talk a lot. So I think before he had a chance to call me and ask me, I think John called me. And this was right when I found out John was going in too. So it was kind of a way to congratulate John too. And then he ran it by me, and then I talked to Ken shortly after that.